Okay, so Hannibal Lecter. If he was in a prison cell and then there was the that glass, I'd be there staring at him.
Man,
For a while.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, this guy freaks me out from the first, from the first time I ever saw him, in the first movie, which was the Silence of the Lambs. The Silence of the Lamb, and he appears, when Clarice goes and she's gonna meet with him. He's just standing there. Like,
he's just staring at her,
man, just staring.
Right.
I'm like, man, how freaky is that, dude?
Get some more.
I mean, how freaky is that? He's just standing there and like
that smile, the smile,
dude. I mean, he's just there. You know what? And I don't think they could have picked another actor to do Hannibal with
No, Hopkins.
Yeah, I
Great.
mean, like Anthony Hopkins. I mean, really,
awesome.
He was just like awesome in Silence of the Lambs as Hannibal.
Yeah, but there's a There's a reason to his madness.
Well, I mean, but this is, it doesn't really explain, anything. He just, he eats rude people. Or he tries to
explains it later on in the prequel. In Hannibal Rising. In Hannibal Rising, they explain why.
And also in Red Dragon a little bit as well. It explains a little bit.
So, what's your favorite movie from the Hannibal?
You know what? I would have to say the Silence of the Lambs, just because it is the first. It introduces him, and if I would have to go for another one, I have to say Hannibal. Hannibal, the second movie they made, because then after that they did the prequel, and then
Forgetting Red Dragon.
Yeah, well that's the prequel. Red Dragon was the prequel.
I thought you were talking about Hannibal Rising.
No, and then that was the one after that. So yeah, I would have to say Silence of the Lambs, and then Hannibal, and then after that, I like Hannibal Rising. It's sometimes good to get some backstory on your favorite, character, and this is, I mean, I think from all the other movies, like all other movies that go back to like their prequels and the origin of whatever, I think this is one of the best ones because it really shows how he started, where his demented mind started.
Yeah, well, in the original, in the first three, do they ever mention that he was part of the Nazi? He was in a Hitler Youth thing, right? Or no, it wasn't a Hitler Youth thing. It was just a what was that school?
It was more like an orphanage, I would think.
Was it an I think it was an orphanage.
Yeah, I think it was a Soviet orphanage where he was at.
Yeah. Yeah,
so he escapes, and that's when he goes with to go look for his uncle, and meets up with he goes to see the uncle. The uncle's dead, and the aunt's there. Lady,
and he gets Murusaki. Then he gets busy with this tia.
Then he, yeah.
So your favorite movie of the series is the first one?
Yeah, the first one. It has to be the first one.
Hannibal Rising, is that a second, or is it like close?
It's close. It's between Hannibal Rising and Hannibal. It has to be between. It's one of those two. I would have to say.
No, I'd agree. The first one. The first one would be my favorite. Silence of the Lambs. And for me, my second favorite would have to be Hannibal Rising. Hannibal Rising.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So now on to our favorite part of the movies, other than the his creepy smile and his creepy leer. Favorite quotes from the first movie. Mine would have to be, and I think this is yours too. The where him and wait, I've already mentioned it. Where him and Starling are going back and forth. Like he's told her like I bet you've done this, or I think tell her something about her dad, and kind of just analyzing her. And then she tries to come back at him with like almost the same thing, you know. Sorry. And then he tells her, census taker tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
It's
That
awesome.
one.
I mean, that one's if anyone out there is a Silence of the Lambs fan, I mean, you have to remember that.
Because that's a really well-known
Yes,
line. Like,
yeah.
I think I even remember it coming out in that old Disney Channel show, The Proud Family. I remember it was like the girl was able to like talk. Tiger had something else, but yeah, I remember hearing it on there.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of, you know what, and it's even not even not just Hannibal, like even the other villain in this movie, Buffalo Bill, like it rubs the lotion on its skin, and it does it does this whenever it is towed.
No, what's the other one? It rubs the lotions on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
And then when he gets all mad, it puts the fucking lotion in the basket.
Sorry, if anybody's using their headphones, sorry, I just blew up your ears.
Sorry about that.
So that's just a few of them. Now on to favorite kill.
It has to be when he has the detective, when he ties him up to this like dolly. He ties him up to the dolly, and then he guts him. He guts him, and he throws him off the balcony, and then his guts just like splatter on the floor. I mean, that's just it's crazy, man. It's I would have to think that's one of my all time favorite kills.
When he kills the security guards that are bringing him food.
Ooh, yes. Oh man, in Silence of the Lambs. Oh.
How he kills them with his own nightstick.
You know, yeah, that has to be one of the top kills.
Yeah, that's my favorite kill. Just, the way they shot it, just like with the victim's POV.
Yeah. It's